Take two, because I can't do this stuff. Motivational Monday isn't exactly my forte, so I don't even know why I'm like trying. What's up, crew? My name is John Connie, aka Big Man Syndrome, and today we got a little Motivational Monday. If you're not a part of the crew, this channel is all about fitness, food, and being creative. Essentially, I like to track what I'm doing as far as fitness and food, and the creative part allows me to do a little bit of extra stuff like product reviews or show you stuff that has to do with my video production business, Big Man Media. And on Mondays, I like to cover a motivational or inspirational topic, whether it be something that might motivate you to do something different, fitness, food related, or something that's on my mind that I think might add value to you as well. So today, I wanted to talk specifically about something that I saw yesterday and that sort of got me thinking about what I want to do about 2019. A lot happened over 2018. I had my second daughter, my business picked up a little bit more, and I kickstarted the YouTube channel trying to produce content daily. A lot of that is creating a certain amount of pressure that sort of piggybacks off of what Logan Paul was talking about in his most recent video. Now, my situation is definitely not at his scale. You know, he has 18 million followers on YouTube. He has millions and millions from platform to platform. But what he said specifically in his video definitely speaks to a lot of different people, not just, you know, anyone in his situation where he had a big F up and is coming back from it as much as he can. But for those of you who don't know who Logan Paul is, you know, there's two things that might come to mind when you hear that name. One, an amazing content creator who has the ability to just create a ton of awesome content. Now, the other thing that might come to mind is the guy who filmed the dead body in Japan and then continued to screw up afterwards. Regardless of what you think of the guy, he definitely has my respect as far as content creator because of the hustle he has put into the platform. A lot of people might see him as somebody who was an overnight success on YouTube, but don't realize that he worked his butt off on Vine to create a following and then transfer that following to Facebook and Instagram, and then he came to YouTube. He brought his following from other platforms. So while I do agree with the fact that what he did in Japan was insensitive and something that, you know, typically a normal filter would stop, the topic of today's video is why that happened and what he covered in his most recent video, and that is moving too fast. He got to a point where he had grown so fast on YouTube that it was almost like he was unstoppable. You know, he knew that the rules applied to him, but he just didn't care because he was just moving. And he even mentioned that his peers, people around him, were telling him like, this is probably not a good situation, and he just went for it anyways. Whether or not you want to believe that story, whether you want to believe that that's a PR stunt or that he's just literally saying whatever he has to say to get back, the message is still there. Felt like 2018 was a little wild and a little crazy. Maybe it's a chance to think about, you know, maybe we should move a little bit slower, at least pay more attention to what's in front of us. For me, it's just a matter of learning how to prioritize. So like, I don't really believe too much in New Year's resolutions because every year it's the same thing. It's like, I want to lose weight, or I want to do this, I want to make more money. Those are really sort of like blanket statements that can easily be like, February rolls around, you're like, well, oh well. If I could choose something to be better at, that is learning how to prioritize. I have so many things that fall onto my plate that I just sort of, I attack whatever hits my mind first, rather than creating sort of a schedule to what I want to do and then trying to stick to it. I've definitely sat down and written what I want to do day to day or week to week or month to month. It always falls apart because this comes in and I say yes, and that comes in and I say yes, and that comes in and I just do that. Learning to prioritize is going to help me be more effective in the coming new year. But taking what Logan Paul had mentioned, and that's slowing down a little bit more, listening and being present, will allow me to... This is funny, John, because you didn't plan this video very well. I want to keep these short. Before my head blows up from rambling too much, I'm going to go ahead and try to close this out right here. In 2019, I believe everyone should sit down and try to slow down a little bit. I think the main reason why we have trouble doing this is because social media makes situations so much faster. We react to things without really thinking about it anymore because we think what we see is truth. Most of it is just speculation. Don't allow any situation to dictate what you're going to do next. Logan Paul's situation is definitely at a scale that is much higher than most people, but on the surface of that is pay close attention to what's happening in the moment. Just because there's a stampede doesn't mean you need to just immediately react and just run. Assess, well, I mean, that's a terrible idea because like if there's a stampede and you stand there and think about it, you might die. Bad example. Give yourself the time to figure out what your next step is going to be. There's a saying, I think it came from Facebook possibly, but it was a poster up above my desk at Rock Tape, and it was move fast, break shit. That's sort of been my mentality for the longest time, and I think I need to scale it back a tiny bit because I've broken a lot of things. I'm a big guy. 2019, take your time, find the pace, and crush it. That's all there is to it. So I'm gonna end it right there. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, join the crew. And if you're not new, tap and go that like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are the ways we grow the crew. And until tomorrow, I'll see you later, crew.